Hello, this is the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. I am Mariam George Jitubo. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Mohammed Musa Bello, has commended the APC-led administration for repositioning the nation. The minister gave the commendation when he received members of the FCT APC Membership Revalidation and Registration Committee, who paid him a courtesy visit in Abuja. Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu tells us more.
FCT Minister Muhammad Musa Bello applauded the appointment of the chairman of the FCT APC Membership Revalidation and Registration Committee for his dedication and fairness. He urged the committee members to mobilize people across the territory to register as members of the party, as FCT APC has a well-organized party structure that will ease the committee's assignment.
The APC administration since 2015 have brought in tremendous changes in Nigeria. The reality is there for everyone to see. I want us to use all available means to mobilize people right across the territory for them to really register.
Chairman of the FCT APC Membership Registration Committee, Sanda Umar Garba, assures the minister that nobody will be disenfranchised, as all those willing to join the party will be granted free and fair access.
We are going to conduct the exercise transparently. Nobody is going to be disenfranchised. All willing members to join our party must be given free and fair access. Where there is a problem, we are ready to contain it and we'll sort it out.
The mandate of the committee is to revalidate and register all APC members in FCT. Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
Youth potentials towards national development and ensuring social justice for all are some of the critical issues raised in a 72-page book entitled Catch Them Young. The book unveiled to the public alongside a collection of poems titled Rivalry of Supremacy were authored by Francis Ogbe of the Nigerian Television Authority. Ifoma Ojinta has the details.
The 7-chapter book raised issues of the role of religious leaders in teaching godly values to children, the power of positive thinking, maximizing one's youthfulness, as well as friends and friendship. All these, the book reviewers say, are needed for societal reformation.
The minds of children are blank. It's time to fill it with the right values. If you want youth to keep their feet on ground, put some responsibility on their shoulders.
The collection of poems, Rivalry of Supremacy, looks at various issues such as workplace politics, love, betrayal, poverty, spirituality, and every day-to-day activities of life, raising questions and expressing doubts.
Rivalry of Supremacy could have been a rewarding of a scenario of conflict, of advantage, inside a world filled with struggles at different levels and facets.
The Director General, Nigerian Television Authority, Malam Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, applauded the writer for his efforts at reawakening the reading and writing culture in Nigerians, which he says are gradually eroding.
And by writing books, we are awakening the sleeping culture in all of us. That is the first step. The next step is for people to get hold of these books and read them.
The author, Francis Ogbe, a passionate TV producer and creative director, says the books are his own contribution to nation building.
Enough of this complaining about the situation in Nigeria. Let's provide our own solution.
The event, well attended by top government functionaries, top NTA management, can be termed a poetic afternoon with various poetic presentations from invited students to the author, and the icing on the cake was a poem by the Director General of the NTA dedicated to the author.
Someone true and real is Francis Ogbe.
Ifoma Ojinta, NTA News.
Authority of the University of Abuja has reiterated its commitment towards addressing the issues raised by students During a recent protest to ensure a better learning atmosphere for the students, Rosemary Moltelen Bilal reports that the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Abdulrashid Na'Allah, gave assurance in a media chat.
It will be recalled that the students had barricaded the entrance into the university's permanent site, demanding the opening of the school's portal, review of the school fees, as well as allowing flexibility in the mode of payment without the imposition of the deadline. These issues, the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Abdulrashid Na'Allah, has promised to address.
Everything is back to normal. University continue its calendar. Students are coming in. Registration is continuing. As you know, we have reopened portal for registration, and students are continuing to register. And they're also starting their lectures. As a university, what we do is to research, to go and do survey and find out what really happened, and then try to resolve it, because such an occurrence must never happen at this university again. I was as surprised as anybody, to see such a behavior. So, but whatever is that has led to that, whatever is responsible to that, we will investigate, we'll find out, and then we'll make sure nothing like that ever happens again.
The Vice-Chancellor described the protest as a negative course of action capable of causing insecurity in the institution, and advised students to always first explore dialogue.
If you look at all universities in Nigeria, federal universities, find how much people are paying for medical, for examination, for whatever, and compared to University of Abuja, we are definitely not even close to the middle. I mean, maybe people just don't want things to change. For example, they said, which is what I know, that they want to register throughout the year, throughout the session. What I found out when I came here is a tradition in which students don't register at all. People graduate without registering for courses. That's what I found out. And our goal, as a nation, as a university, cannot allow that kind of things to continue. So we have to be a model university in Nigeria. We have to be a university where students, go through standard.
Diplomacy has returned in the institution. Rosemary Moltelen Bilal, NTA News.
The World Health Organization office in Nigeria in the FCT Primary Healthcare Development Board has trained national journalists focusing on the principles of public health reporting that include information accuracy. Data is aimed at countering misinformation, especially on COVID-19 pandemic.
The one-day sensitization workshop aims at helping to change people's behavior in the face of COVID-19 pandemic. Organizers say this has supported the work of more than 100 reporters across Nigeria since March, understanding and relaying technical terms, as well as educating the public about efforts at curbing coronavirus through real-time information on COVID-19 response and prevention.
You saw the consequences of that lockdown. The repercussion was so much on us that in fact, it was devastating more than the disease itself.
Nigerian newsrooms are using different approaches to fight misinformation. Some directly address the rumors by producing lists of fake information, along with write-ups debunking them. Others have fact-checking teams for in-depth verification, a move this workshop is strengthening.
We as healthcare providers have the message, and the media have the audience. So we need to collaborate with the media, because they are the ones that will help us disseminate the correct and concise information.
Media practitioners and mass communicators have a duty and responsibility to our audiences and of course our readers or our listeners to deliver to them the right information in an accurate manner.
The one-day sensitization campaign is geared towards training media personnel on COVID-19 behavioral change and information management in the FCT. Asabetanimu Williams, NTA News.
Normal business activities have returned to the usually busy Wuse Market, UTC and Morgue shopping centers after their legal ordeal before an Abuja mobile court. Abdullahi Ajia, who has been monitoring happenings around these business centers, has an update.
Life and business activities have since returned to normal around the UTC and mock shopping plazas here. And I must tell you that they have since put behind also the incident of the sealing and unsealing of these two commercial premises. But one thing that is important from observation here is that virtually everyone is using a face mask. And the proactiveness of the leadership and management of these two places is that they have put measures to check whoever is going in.
One common feature among these three commercial hubs is their ability to stimulate economic growth through small, medium and large-scale business enterprises. And returning to business has seen the artisans and traders looking forward to meeting up with the backlog of clients' demands and more prospects.
Coming here this morning now is just like we want to start all over again. Like try to meet up with the time that has already been lost.
We've not been picking up. We are just starting to pick. You understand? Because customers are not forthcoming.
Coming out of their legal ordeal, this has prompted more proactive measures to monitor compliance with the safety protocols in the markets.
People are already aware the market is open. People are already coming in. Then from observation at the opening of the market, we noticed everybody were fully on their nose mask. You understand? And I know when you just came in, you observed that somebody came in to complain that he was shocked when they picked his number. He didn't know why they picked his shop number. So everything is okay now, and we're believing will be more improved than what we had before.
With the return of normal situation in this business environment, all parties are now conscious of doing the right thing at the right time. Abdullahi Ajia, NTA News.
NCDC, as at 4th February 2021, indicates 320 new cases of COVID-19 in the FCT, making the total number of confirmed cases to be 17,563, while active cases stand at 5,987. And the number of discharged cases in the territory now stands at 11,449, and sadly, 127 deaths have been recorded in the FCT. You're watching the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. We now take some messages. We'll be right back. Please stay with the station.
Please cover your mouth like this with your bent elbow.
Cover my mouth for what? Corona don't go from Niger. I beg auntie, don't disturb my life.
No. Coronavirus pandemic is not over. Don't relent in observing safety protocols and good hygiene. Frequent hand washing with soap and water for at least 20 seconds or use alcohol-based hand sanitizers. Practice good respiratory etiquette, including covering coughs and sneezes. Like that. Avoid close contact with a sick person. Cover your mouth and nose with a mask when around people. Clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces.
You're absolutely right. Coronavirus is still with us.
Remember, coronavirus pandemic is not over. Protect yourself and others to stay safe.
This message is brought to you by NTA Channel 5, Abuja, the Unity Station.
Hold it! Me! I don't come out my hand from oil bunkering.
General, what you gonna yarn? What did the yarn serve? I don't understand though.
Because they spoil our water and our environment. And they cause our people serious harm. Militants said, you know good. Me, I not do again Sam. Because why? Change begins with me.
General Tombu!
This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency in conjunction with the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Glad to have you back. In continuation of its ongoing road raid operation in the city, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, FCT, has recovered about 30 bags of cannabis sativa and destroyed a hemp plantation of suspected peddlers in Gwarimpa, Kubwa. Ilyas Onotu Yakubu brings us details.
The operation turned attention to Buari axis this time, with Duse area, Kubwa and Gwarimpa on the card, as well as the return visit to Karuabatua. Gidan Wanka in Duse Makaranta provided a hideout with the largest recovery of 26 bags of dried hemp and a suspect who led the team to the dealer, where they also recovered another set. In Gwarimpa, the team arrested some suspects at a location in stock for the new planting season was also recovered.
So you can see the enormity and the danger we are facing. And like we have always been urging, that it is not about giving information only. No, you must, in a way, try to resist the miscreants hibernating within you.
The task team made a return visit to Karuabatua following intelligence to search and dig out blocks of hemp buried by suspected peddlers.
The mandate is FCT generally. We are focusing on the city center, but invariably we notice that most of the suburb usually supply the city center. So this raid will be sustained. We are targeting some other naughty areas, which for tactical reasons, I think we will not disclose for now, but keep on following us. God willing, you will get to hear more details.
The fight, the agency emphasized, needs to be owned by all concerned citizens to galvanize the needed support for its success. Ilyasu Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
Water is said to be life, and this explains the significance of the Lower Usma Dam, not just for the host community, but for residents of the FCT, exploiting the huge benefits this resource provides. Asabetanim Williams, on a visit to Dutse, explores potentials of this dam in urbanization and growth.
Water is crucial to survival, responsible for food production, industrialization and social development. Indeed, it is a must-have, but many can't boast of it due to challenges mitigating against its smooth supply. This is the story of some Dutse Alhaji inhabitants who are grappling with water shortages in spite of access to pipelines running through their community.
We do buy this water. 1 bucket is 5 naira. So no benefit from any.
Tap water is just to buy from here. We need it to extend it where people are living.
Like we are here now and are near the pump, we normally buy from here 5 naira for 20 liters for jerry can. For here we buy. But all that are down here, some connect pipe go to their house. There's some have for house. But those don't have, they can call Mirwa, then they will give them water.
In one of his songs, the late popular musician Fela Kuti underscored the importance of water to human existence. According to him, water no get enemy. But is this another case of not having a mixed plenty?
Water now, they're not giving our people at the cheaper rate. See, if we pipeline here in our compound here, but don't have the water.
It's my 1 year in this area, but the situation of water is not good here. We don't have, in short, we don't have water.
Social amenities like stable electricity supply, hospitals, roads, among others, are in dire need of these people coexisting peacefully. Asabetanim Williams, NTA News.
Similarly, residents of Mabushi, a community in the FCT, predominantly of Bagi natives, are appealing to the FCT administration to work on the deplorable roads in their community, as lack of social amenities remains a huge challenge for them. Amira Mohammed tells us more.
It is a fact that no community, state or nation can survive without infrastructures. Residents of Mabushi community decry the situation of electricity, among others, faced in the community.
No water, no electricity, and there is nothing that has been done about that.
We have only one primary school, government primary school in Mabuchi, the whole of Mabuchi, apart from the private primary school. We have one health center in Mabuchi. We need people, government to help us to employ workers like doctors and nurses. That is our challenge.
Speaking with the district head, Sule Dashi, As the dry season sets in, the only source of water in the community is gotten from the privately owned commercial borehole.
The challenges we are facing in Mabushi here is water. We don't have water here. The one we have now, it is those who get money, they dig it for, they have their borehole water. Then we buy it from them. Then the second challenge here, we don't have a good road.
Here in Mabuchi community, I'm standing right at the major road as described by one of the residents of the community, which looks deplorable, and sanitation-wise, the place is not really good enough for this community. They urge governments and other relevant authorities to find a lasting solution to their problem. Amira Muhammad, NTA News.
And as one of the best planned cities in Africa, Abuja enjoys a serenity that is unrivaled in Nigeria and across the continent. Good roads network and well-constructed districts added up to beautify Abuja. Behind all this is a mountainous dome site defacing the aesthetics of Kubwa Expressway, which is fast becoming a nightmare for Abuja residents.
The Kubwa Expressway is one of the major entrance and exit routes in the Federal Capital Territory, but the expressway is a sharp contrast to the expected image of the capital city because of the ugly sight of a huge refuse dump along the road.
Honestly, it has been a challenge for all of us. We're really trying to call on the environmentalist or National Environmental Board to really come and assist us evacuate the dirt there, because mostly when it's drained like this, the stench, all of this area we can't stay. We have to lock down. We run generators if there is no light because of the bad odor.
We don't like it, and we plan on moving out of here because of that. We cannot bring visitor in. We also feel embarrassed anytime we have a guest and they all have to pass through this road. Seeing the feces and everything is very embarrassing. Okay, I haven't seen any attempt on evacuating the place. It has been like that for so long, and it's getting worse.
When it starts decomposing, the offensive odor, it's unbearable. I mean, it's very, if people around here, I wonder how they manage to stay. It's very bad for such a site to be in residential area. I mean, we've been complaining over the years, but it's like we're getting used to it. Never witnessed any evacuation. The highest I've done is burning, which actually is not helping matters.
They are agitated by the poor environmental condition as the refuse dump is close to the expressway and in the heart of residential area. Hadiza Godwin Ebuni, NTA News.
And in the sports world, the Nigerian Professional Football League saw some changes on the league table as Rivers United slip on their third defeat of the season to Katsina United, while in the Premier League, Jose Mourinho's side were deservedly beaten by Chelsea at home. Details of these and more with Emmanuel Obina on Sports Brief.
Rivers United suffered a 2-1 defeat to Katsina United at the Muhammadu Dikko Stadium in Katsina on Thursday. Katsina United settled down quickly and took the lead in the 5th minute after Faisal Sani converted a perfect free kick. The home team doubled their lead 14 minutes later when Senegalese forward Masali scored a nice solo goal, while the visitors put one back in the 71st minute. The result means Rivers United dropped to second spot on the NPFL table with 15 points from 8 games played, 3 points behind league leaders Enyimba FC. Meanwhile, in the English Premier League, Jorginho's first half penalty saw Chelsea deservedly beat Tottenham by 1-0 as Thomas Tuchel won his first away game on the road in charge of the Blues. Jose Mourinho's side barely threatened thereafter in what was a lackluster display from the host, who have now lost their last 3 games in a row. Elsewhere, Cristiano Ronaldo and Neymar celebrate joint birthday in full COVID-19 pandemic. The 5-time Ballon d'Or holder celebrates his 36th birthday on the same day that the PSG superstar turns 29. Because of the COVID-19 restrictions, it will prevent them from toasting their big day in style as they both like to do. In basketball, LeBron James had a triple-double of 27 points, 10 assists and 10 rebounds as the Los Angeles Lakers rallied from a double-digit halftime deficit to pull away in the second half for a 114-93 victory from the Denver Nuggets in the NBA on Thursday. With Sports Brief, Emmanuel Obina, NTA News.
And before we go, a quick reminder. As the second wave of coronavirus rages, please continue to observe all COVID-19 safety protocols to keep safe and prevent the spread of the deadly